நம்ம கட்டி கட்டி வர மாட்டோம் சொல்லிட்டு
पूरा सोनिए कीता बाप नाल वादा करो पूरा सोनिए कदे मनदा नहीं हार ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਰਿਪੀਟ ਚੱਲਿਆ ਫੋਨ ਕਾਰ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਮ ਲਾਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਜਦ ਮੁਹਾਬਾ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਪੀ ਗੂੰਜ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਆ ਲਾਹੌਰ ਪੈਰ ਰੈਪ ਚ ਮੈਂ ਪਾਇਆ ਪੇਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਲੋੜ ਕੋਲ ਰੈਪ ਚ ਫੇਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਹੀ ਕਿ ਤੰਤਾ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir. Sandeep this side.
Hi, Sandeep. So, welcome to all of you for this program of PG Job Guarantee. So, before I proceed further, some of you can simply tell about that. What is your background very quickly? I mean, experience level, education, and purpose of joining this webinar.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sandeep this side. I'm MBA in HR, working currently as Senior Executive in Human Resources Department in Jaipur in organization CAFS. They are into flight catering and airport operations. And my objective is to be upskill my HR human resources management skills and get fresh knowledge of the domain.
Very good. Thank you. Yeah, Asutosh, yes, please. Mahak. Hope I'm audible to everyone. Anyone,
Yes, sir.
please respond. Yeah, okay, thank you. Great. So I understand that, yeah, most of you have the common agenda. Whatever is your qualification and experience, that, yeah, you want to upgrade yourself in HR area. Anybody have any differences from this? Just tell right now. Before we proceed quickly, because we have a limited time, so I will try that. Yes, we should be delivering things well within that duration. So Sapna, can you introduce yourself? Sapna Mani. Are you listening? Sapna, you are muted. No. Seems some trouble with Sapna. Anubhuti.
Hi, Vivek.
Hi.
Good
Just tell
afternoon.
about yourself. Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah. So I'm working as a recruiter in TCS from past 2 years, and currently I'm in Bangalore. So I got to know about this workshop through a friend. So I signed up for it just to explore the other parts of it. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope everybody have received a PPT through the email?
No, sir, I didn't receive it.
No, Sandeep.
You need to check your email. Now, please mute yourself if you are not adding value. Okay, so
Vivek, I haven't received.
yeah,
Sir, I also not received it.
you have not received any email.
No, sir.
Maybe you can get connected with the person who has invited you. You will receive the email. So, myself Vivek Srivastava, and I do carry 27 years of experience. By qualification, I am BTech in Electronics and HR certification from IIM Lucknow. And during these 27 years, I had been, I can say, with companies like Nokia, Huawei, multiple government agencies. And as on date, I am working, I can say, for those organizations which are from 50 to 500 CR and not doing good. So I'm basically working on organization development activity, making a positive change in the organization through process, people, and restructuring. So that's how I'm working more into the deep HR, I can say, and SAP as well. So that's very brief about me. Now today, we'll talk about 3 different parts. First, the journey of HR. Second, we'll talk about functions of HR. And third, we'll talk about the PPT, which had been shared with you on the email about this program in detail. Actually, the PPT also talks about the same thing, what I'm going to talk, journey and functions of HR. Meanwhile, if you feel there is any question, you can ask. Else you can wait for the last. And I hope this session will be useful to you. But anything which you feel is very difficult, you cannot understand, or you need to ask. If you really feel, you can ask also. So, we are talking about the journey of HR, how the HR function evolved actually. Anybody would like to tell very quickly about this? What is the present role of HR? Yeah.
Sir, human resource function is to take care of all the human resources from manpower planning to exit management of the employee, taking care of all the statutory compliances and all the employee benefits which are applicable, and ensuring employee engagement activities in the organization, and doing employee welfare activities to ensure keeping employees motivated and keeping so that attrition should be controlled, and everything related to personal management is also involved in that.
That's great. Anybody would like, thanks, Sandeep. Anybody would like to add to it?
Yes, Vivek. So this is the one part that engaging activities to be done with the HR does the engaging activity with the employees to get them motivated and to work on different areas. This is the one part. The other part which I am working on is end-to-end recruitment, right from screening till onboarding. In between, I am doing the negotiation, the TR and MR completion rounds, and then getting them selected for the next round, getting the negotiation done, getting the offer letter accepted, till onboarding, then creating the employee IDs. So I'm working on end-to-end recruitment, which is the other part of HR which I am handling. And I'm sure there might be other things as well, like the floor HRs do.
Good. So let me very quickly take it because we have a limited time, and meanwhile you can also add. Thank you, Anubhuti. So journey of HR is actually very important. We need to understand that from where this is evolved and now where we are as on date. What is the current expectation in the market from the HR? And that actually helps because you can see that, yeah, there are different kind of companies. They have different kind of thought process for the HR. And that's why if you ask, most of the people say that fine, it's very complex job. Whatever nobody does in the organization, that our HR is supposed to do. This is also answer I've heard, I can say many a times, that whatever management feels that yes, nobody is doing, just ask HR to do it. So, but you need to understand what exactly is the logic behind how the travel of HR roles had happened. So way back in 60s, when industrialization just started, prior to that, definitely people were working mostly in the farming. And very few companies were there, very few people were working for companies. So the concept of going on the job, going on the salaried job was very, very less. Then industrialization started. And in that scenario, people were not available for the jobs actually, because it was an independent mindset for most of the people to live the life. And more to that, educated people were not available. So getting 10th, 12th graduate was very, very difficult in the beginnings. And companies were in such a situation that fine, if somebody has joined you, then it's responsibility of company to train that person, to make them workable and live with these employees as long as possible. So second option of employees were not as a thought process in the company also, that you can fire somebody and you can hire somebody very easily. Reason was very clear that people were not available at all who can do your job. Whomsoever is coming to you, you need to train. You need to evolve the process and work with them. So that time, HR was not HR, it was termed as personal management, personal department. The role of this department was joining up people, timekeeping, leave management, and salary. Exit was also not a very regular job. And training and development was also happening just like on-job training. So payroll and administration was the major job at this point in time, and that's why the department was termed as personal department. Then further moving on this, after 15-20 years, now people were highly skilled in doing their job. And they also started understanding that, okay, companies are making huge money. We should also get, so companies which were not paying enough to employees, that generated a spark within the employees also that, okay, we should be open for second job, third job, and take more money. And companies also started having a feel that, okay, I need not to put all effort in training people because I can get ready-made people from the market. People are aware that how to work in a company. Maybe not similar, same process, something similar, or at least basic is that they understand that what exactly is the work culture. They are not fresh from the college and school. So this was the time when skill of a person started making difference. And skill mapping came in picture. Many of you might be doing skill mapping still, and might be talking about the skill set still, I can say, while even in recruitment also. But it's an old concept, and skill means basically that, yeah, it's purely experience based. Who had the work experience, who is a skilled person. Just like your driving skills only comes with more practice, more skilled you are. And that's how for pilots, they simply ask how many hours flying experience you have. They still talk about skills. So skill mapping is very, very important tool. Further, and this prevailed a lot in 70s and onwards. Further, moving on, in 2000, internet came. In fact, after 95 itself, it came, and it was available for everyone almost. But 2000 was a time when it really got a big boom after Y2K problem. A lot of people working on the computers, internet, they were available to the market. And internet was available to everybody as a free tool. And this changed the entire concept. After this, IT industry took a boom. And this made that all industries, all processes started getting impacted. That every 1 hour, 1 year, 1.5 years, in most of the industry processes getting updated. Nowadays, you see, so every industry, this is happening now. That how to work, that process, that technology is getting changed. And within 1.5 years to 2 years, it's a new way of working in, whether it's a manufacturing, whether it's a trading, whatever it is, just because of IT. They are changing the way of working. They started with simple creating database, accessing it. Well within the company was the next step. Then internet was online, was another concept, and now everything is on mobile. So that's how things are changing, and yeah, we are supposed to follow it. Another good thing happened is that with internet, knowledge was available free for everyone. You can search anything, you can find any knowledge, and it's available to you. And it becomes such a big tool that it becomes equally important to skill. How much experience you have, same way, how much knowledge you have, that also started creating difference. Because it's not that you are working on the old machine and old process and you are working for 10-15 years, so you are the excellent person. Earlier it was. Now, since every 1 to 2 year things are changing, so you must have the latest knowledge also, that how this industry is working, how system is working, what are the latest tools available, how things can be made more smarter. So companies started talking here about the competency. Now companies do ask for the competency mapping. They don't ask about the skill in most of the cases. Still some small companies, manufacturing companies, they're still working with the skills only, because every machine is having at least 10 years life. So you cannot throw out your machines immediately, and you need people who are skilled on it. So that is very important to understand that, okay, today's requirement is not a skill mapping. Today's mostly requirements is the competency mapping. How competent you are. So anybody can differentiate what is exactly difference between skill and competence. Very quickly.
So skill is the one which is been acquired by learning and doing something, whereas competency is already built up inside the candidate's system.
Okay. Yeah, someone else would also like to add. Yeah, Smita.
Yes, sir. Skill is a particular, we can say it's a particular quality a person has acquired, or it's an inborn quality a person has or is acquired by experience or learning. But competency is the quality of making how efficiently the person is making use of that skill in the right time and right place.
So knowledge, skill, and ability leads to competency. It's the attribute of knowledge, your knowledge, skills you acquire, that leads to competency. Whether you are competent in doing the things or incompetent in doing the things.
Very near, Sandeep. Very near. Actually, when we say competence, competence is combination of three things. It's just like a trident. त्रिशूल देखा होगा आपने. So in hand of Lord Shiva, trident. So competency is just like trident. The two sides are your, one is knowledge, another is skill. And the middle point is motivation. So these three are, as a combination, define competence. So a person must be knowledgeable, must be skilled, and must be motivated. Then we can say this person is competent. For doing any job, you may have people who are highly skilled, but if they are not updated with the latest knowledge, then they cannot solve your problem in today's world. They are obsolete because they are working on the old system, old machines. Same way, people who are just knowledgeable and they do not have any work experience, they are also not able to solve your problem. They can have a very good idea, but they may be able, may not be able to solve it. But if a person is highly motivated to solve the problem, and this person is either knowledgeable or skilled, one is enough along with motivation to find some solutions. So if person is really having good knowledge and highly motivated, person can solve the problem. And that is what we check when we hire people from the top colleges. Then what is the knowledge level and what is their motivation level, and based on that we provide them salary. Same way, if a person is highly skilled, and highly motivated, that person will also be able to solve the problem, because this is the domain of this person. So it's very, very easy for this person to solve your problem. And you will be fortunate if a person is highly skilled also, knowledgeable also, and highly motivated also. then certainly you are going to get best solution available. So he's the most competent person. On the other hand, if a person is highly skilled, very much knowledgeable, but not motivated, this person is not going to solve your problem. You will find many senior people like this, they are saying, fine, come on, I'm bored of this job. I don't want to do it anymore. It's my routine for several years, I'm doing it. I want something new to do. So competency is not only about ability, knowledge, or skill. It's also about the motivation. And that is what as a HR we need to check as on date. That this person is highly motivated towards this competence. Then only person can solve it. Otherwise, he will become a burden to us. He will be old school. So it may not work, or he may be just a box of ideas that also don't work. We need a combination. And why this is required? Because internet has not only changed this basic scenario of about from personal department to HR department. The thing has changed that now business is also having a very short life cycle. Because of this change, rapid change in process and way of working. So the challenge is that who will take care for this? Only management cannot do it. Competition is very fierce because of technology. Who have the latest technology, who can make more profit? Who can have a better customer base? Who do not have this latest technology, maybe you have all these good people, but because of technology, you are far behind. So the important point is that you need people also who can solve this for you. And HR is now custodian of it. So for doing this, HR needs to be very much aligned how the business is moving on, because one company cannot remain in the same business for very long now. You need to diversify, you need to change your process, you need to update your systems, you need to update your people very frequently to cope up with the market. Because so many startups, so many new companies are coming and challenging everyday established companies. So this is something what is required from the HR as on date. So HR is termed today as a business HR, strategic business HR. It's not that person, not that team which is simply making payroll and doing some fun activity. No. It's the team which understands the business, who understand who are the competent people. Are these competent people had been given the right job? If not, then give the right job to the right people. You have this power, you need to exercise it. Don't wait for the directors every time. Don't wait for the HODs every time. Challenge the HODs on this, that they are really utilizing people properly or not. Then only organization can flourish. Otherwise, your organization will be losing the race in this ongoing high competition. So this is about the present situation of the HR. My purpose of talking on this was, many of you might be working in the old school companies also, where still HR is doing attendance, salary, payroll, and thinking I am the most powerful because I can deduct anybody's salary. There might be people who are still struggling on these basic compliances. And at the same time, the best companies, they are talking about that, okay, I need the best people. You need to provide me whatever way. So this entire journey, you need to understand that, okay, as a HR person, as a HR professional, you have to also move from this simple leave management and payroll and attendance and cafeteria management to managing the business of the company, being a very active partner in bringing the change required by the company, so that company can flourish and your all employees remain well paid. They feel that they are working on the cutting edge technology. And then only you can provide a sustainable company. Otherwise, your employees will keep on coming, keep on going to other companies. And attrition rate, if you are keeping more than 10%, that means you are not sustainable company. Now let's come on the second part. So second part is about the HR functions. What actually HR does? Sandeep and Anubhuti
talent
already told. Yeah.
Talent acquisition is the first part, and thereafter onboarding generalist HR.
Okay, further.
After that is reward and recognition is there, sir, R&R. And
Good.
after that is retention and exit management is there.
Okay, anybody would like to add anything?
That is the basic life cycle, sir, I think, of the employee life cycle.
Good. Anyone would like to add anything?
Appraisals are also there, sir, yearly appraisals and reviews, yearly performance appraisals and KPI, KRA.
Very good. Very good. See, let me explain. So I can say in 5 verticals, the HR management. This HR management basically is, first is recruitment and selection. Second goes with payroll and compliances, including compensation and benefit. Third goes with performance management. Fourth goes with learning and development. Fifth goes with employee engagement and grievance handling. And to combine all this, you need HRIS, so that you make fact-based decisions, you don't make biased decisions. You don't guess, you actually take decisions based on the facts. So HRIS, that's why in this program we are keeping SAP and Advanced Excel as well. So just this. The very first thing is recruitment and selection. So from where to start in recruitment and selection? Anyone?
Through sourcing, sir. From the profiles type of system, we will be getting some applications for the job opportunity, and we will be screening these CVs by the primary and secondary level of interviews like that.
Anything to add to that, anyone?
So first is examining the job specifications, sir. Then,
Even prior to that,
Sir, manpower requisition approval initially, which we require. If manpower is required, then we require approval from management for the vacancy, MRF, which we call it, sir. Initially, we have to initiate that. If there is requirement of any manpower from any department, we have to get the approval and cost from the management.
Very good. So that's what exactly we term it.
Manpower planning.
Job
Good.
analysis, sir. Before that, after getting the approval and everything, we would be we would be preparing a job analysis for that. Again, a job specification. Then we'll be sending it to the manager. If at all, if everything goes well, then we can start hiring also, sir. The particular position.
Very good, Venkat. So the very, very first thing is definitely manpower budgeting. We term it manpower budgeting. Huh? Why budgeting is important? Very quickly on that, because if you don't take budget approvals, budgeting is what? That in next 1 year, I am going to hire these people basically for these departments, and this will be the expected salary to be paid for them, in addition to the existing salary of the employees. So once you get this approval, then it becomes very easy for you to hire people and avoid any firing. Otherwise, if you don't take these approvals, what happens? Normally, how the organizations function. So in meeting with the HODs and management, HODs will say, management will ask why you have not delivered this job. HODs will say, I don't have the right manpower. That's the easiest thing. Then 1 meeting, 2 meeting, 3 meeting, and then HODs will create pressure on the HR that fine, I'm not getting manpower and that's why I'm not able to do it. I don't have the resource. How much work I can do, the existing team can do, this problems comes. And then HR goes under pressure and started recruiting. Now you supplied the manpower. After coming, since there is no guarantee that there is a full-time job available for this new person and the existing team members as well. So some job is getting shared among the team members. So people don't have the full-time engagement. Now politics starts. Who is working better, who is not working better, kind of. And some of the HODs, once it comes on the cost of the team, they ask, okay, this person is not performing, I want to fire. I want a replacement. These are the words which comes. And now again, the atmosphere will be created in such a way that you are supposed to go on that. And this firing will start. So this hiring, firing will keep on happening. Whereas if you have a very clear budget, you had a JD drafted by your HOD only, not by you, drafted by them and finalized by you with their consent. And if they have participated in the interview, then you have all the rights to ask, okay, you asked for this job, you selected this person, why you are firing? If you are firing, that means you are not capable. And believe me, this is very important thing. As a HR, you have to take this call to make sure that your company is not a hiring, firing company. Otherwise, it will be highly unstable company. You will never attract a very good talent for you. So you cannot deliver actually as an organization what you really want to. You keep on just doing this hiring, firing. And people are coming and going and doing their job. Organization is moving in a very slow motion. So this is something important. You need to understand on this. And that's why I'm saying that manpower budgeting is important. So manpower budgeting, then having clarity from the HODs about the job description, then floating that job description for different media. So it can be first, if it's a large company, it can be internal job market. Then it can be your employee referrals. So your existing employee can refer people from outside. Then it can be your social media and the different portals, Naukri, Monster, LinkedIn, all this. And if you are not able to do with all these three, even print media also comes in this, then you can go for headhunters. After all these 4 steps, you definitely get a lot of resumes, you do the filtering process, then interview comes. Interview can be done in 3 different ways: technical interview, behavioral interview, and management interview. For technical, sometimes you do conduct written test also, depending on number of people, their experience level. So these all tools you use, then you select people and then you offer them. And there also there is a very important point that when you offer and person has not joined, so that period, that notice period is very, very important, because nowadays there are companies, there are websites which are registering such kind of people who are on the notice period and who can join very fast. So maybe you are working hard, you are finalizing a person, and after 2 months notice, the person is supposed to join, and on 59th day, the person is not picking your call, and you are supposed to start from the scratch again. So this is something very important. Not even this. So you keep on interacting with this person on a weekly mode, and then further, you are supposed to interact even after joining for 3 months. So that is very important aspect. Then further, if we go from recruitment selection, now person is selected. 3 months he has already worked. You had already handed over to line manager, you feel settled down. So you are also supposed to pay the salary every month. So second function is payroll and compensation. So you do, I can say in payroll, there are many different parts, how you design the salary. But new wage code has come, which is restricting it to the only 3 components: basic, HRA, and the others. So you need to understand on that part. Then along with salary, there are many different motivational tools also, which you can put as a perk and benefits to the employee. So comp and ben is very important function. We can discuss more details while doing in this course. Then comes your compliances. Very important to understand. If you are a service company, you are registered under the Factory Act, you may require PF, ESIC, and maybe just fire. That's enough for you, the compliance part, and rest are the financial compliances. But if you are a manufacturing company, then you are supposed to first get consent to establishment from the local industrial corporation, district industrial corporation. Then you need to get pollution consent, you need to get fire consent, you need to get registered with the labor department, you need to get registered with the Factory Act department, and then you are supposed to get the consent to operate. And after that, only you can operate as a company. So these are something important government compliances. Apart from this, there will be industry compliances, like if it's a food, then FSSAI compliance. If it's automobile, then IATF certifications. So there are different standards and certifications are also there, which you are supposed to follow. Then you are also supposed to follow the local practices. If every company is giving transport, you are bound to. Every company is giving kits, you are bound to. Every company is giving food, you are bound to. So these are the local practices, some local holidays also. So these are very important. Then apart from this, now person is working for you, you are paying well. How to make more efficient system? For that, performance management system comes. But that is not for the firing people. People do have the concept that performance management is for hiring, again, firing people who are not performing. It's not that. Performance management is for the purpose of gap analysis, that the person who is working on and what is the role the person is working on. Both of them should have the same competence level. For example, if you are a HR manager and you should have competence level 3 for communication as a role, and as a person, if you are having communication level 4, then you are on the higher side. And if you are having competence level 2, then you are on the lower side. Let me define very quickly these levels. 1 means you are beginner, 2 means you can work under supervision, 3 means you can work independently, 4 means you can train others also, and 5 means you are a world-class person. So if you are on a higher side, your role requires level 3 and you are at level 4, then you will not stay in this company for long in this role. As a HR person, you are supposed to understand that I need to give a development path for this person. What is the next level? How the career development will happen? And if you are at a lower competence, then as a HR person, I need to understand, okay, what kind of learning solution I should give so that this person can improve the competence level. So the next function after performance management goes with the learning and development. For performance management, we use different tools like KRA KPI, 360-degree feedback, bell curve, balance scorecard, and so many. For learning and development, we start doing the practice of 70-20-10. 70% on job, 20% under mentoring, guidance, and 10% classroom. Even after this, what we are supposed to do is, that is, engaging our employee. Many people understand employee engagement do happen with help of only birthday, cake cutting, celebrations, picnic. No, these are good for gelling together. These are not the real engagement. For real engagement, you are supposed to understand what is the competence of person and how you are going to utilize this. If you give the right job, people are more than happy to work for you very long. Even do you all this, then also there are grievances. These grievances may be for different reasons. It can be financial. Some people may feel I am underpaid, somebody is overpaid. You need to handle it. There may be situational, people are exploiting the employees. Females are getting different harassments. Even males do also get harassments. That's very important to understand. Some emotional issues are also there, that I am senior most in company, people are not respecting me. Young juniors, they are not respecting. These may be the challenges which you are supposed to take care. And to do all this, you need the HRIS very properly. So now I am coming on this PPT very quickly. Whatever we have discussed, same had been drafted over here. So, and these PPTs are shared with you, so you can take care and you can use them at later points also. So I will answer all the questions, whatever you are putting in the chat box, please do put one by one. I will take up them later. Just finishing this PPT. So we already discussed what is HR, all functions. So it's finding, that means recruitment, management, training, enforcement of policy, making of policies, employing people properly, developing their skills. Why HR is required? So very simple, that from acquisition, then compensation, then development, whatever we discussed just now, performance management, grievance management, dispute, discipline, all you are supposed to implement and practice. Your importance as a HR is for utilization of human resource properly, developing good relation with the employees, overall organization development so that you are future ready, because every 2 years technology is changing. So you need to be future ready. You cannot wait for it. You formulate HR policies, implement them, review employees' need time to time before employee comes to you. Be a proactive person, go there, discuss it, and develop some social welfare schemes as well. As HR, you must have good leadership to take problems, solve them, problem solving skills. You should have some expertise which you can demonstrate that, okay, you know some subject matter also. You are not only general person. You should have very strong ethics so that people can trust on you. You should be good communicator so that there is no communication barrier, there is no hurdles, and you must be very good on the organizing things so that you are fact-based. These are basic qualities which you must have. Future, you can be good coordinator, analyst, manager, VP, director, whatever. Life cycle, we already discussed. Attracting, then recruitment, onboarding, enabling, developing, retaining them. And if they are going, then good separation also. This course deals with all this, whatever we discussed: labor law, legal compliance, compensation, benefit, performance, HR policies, employee relation, recruitment, analytics, data analysis, and all those. We also have combination of SAP and advanced Excel along with the HR. We talk about performance management, so making organization more efficient, defining goals, bringing improvement in everybody, all teams, defining scopes properly. Compensation, we already discussed: base pay, commission, bonus, equity, benefits. Stock options are something which are very important, because nowadays we are having startups, and startups understand that people, if they are working only 9 to 6 job, company will not survive. For that, you need to make all critical people as a partner to the company. Let them think 24/7, how this company will work, how the company will grow. And for that, you need to give some share options, equity options. That's the stock options, basically. Then role responsibility for HR business partner. That's what I discussed. You need to be preparing future team. You need to be a good coach consultant. You should understand the business of the company. You build a very competitive organization. Empower your leaders for decision making so that there is no hurdles in decision making flow. Use data for decisions. Strengthen company's culture and experience of every employee so that it will remain sustainable, and that's how more and more benefit organization can reach. Employee relationship is simply hire them, nurture them, engage them with very good work, attract them further for their role development, career development, and let them discover what else they can do. This is about 3-step screening process. So first, yeah, definitely education and skills, then domain, soft skills, or anything which we need extra. Then analytics, why to do? Because it really improve your hiring experience. It reduce attrition because you are working on the right logic. It make more productive workforce. Your processes will become much better, and ultimately you will develop the trust among the employees that we are in the right organization. Data pyramid is also very important. You need to understand that how things working now. So you definitely capture data, but you need to convert that into the wisdom by putting right context, right meaning, right insight. asking right questions, who, what, when, where, how, why, and converting data into information and knowledge and then wisdom. Empower your HODs for decision making. Go in this decision tree, define the different nodes so that bottleneck situations can be avoided. So Henry Arvin started in 2013. It's a San Francisco, California based organization. It's a competency development organization, and we focus on learning solutions for diverse audience from academics and industry as well. So far, we have delivered instructor-led training program for more than 4 lakh people, self-paced training program for more than 2 lakh people. We have 120 plus courses. We are vendor with more than 180 corporates. We are partner to more than 110 colleges pan-India. This program is 6 months live training. You will access all recorded video lectures. So if you miss any lecture, you can go for this recorded video. You will have access to e-learning portal where you will find a lot of material for you. You will get placement assistance, so a lot of opportunity for the job interviews, but you need to have the capability to pass the interview as well. And that you need to develop during this program. Internship assistants will be there so that you get practical exposure, bootcamp sessions so that you know more about the certification programs which are coming along with 1 year gold membership. So perks of these membership benefits are complimentary modules, soft skills, resume writing, and all this. 5 soft skill sessions will be there. 24/7 support will be there. So this is the program. After this, you can become recruiter, trainer, analyst, a specialist, or manager. So there are many other opportunities which will come across to you. Training methodology is simple to use. Audio, video, online meeting. Right now, we are also doing same. You will have a lot of user manuals on your LMS, which you can use. Hands-on sessions will be there. Discussion and activities will be there. So this program is 6 months program, instructor-led program. It will have some certification, examination. We have unlimited batch. So if you, because of any XYZ reason, you are not able to continue with one batch, you request and you can get part of the other batch. You will have monthly boot camps. You will have placement support. E-learning platform will be there. And recording of all batches will be there. And the fee for this program is 134500. So we are available on the social media, which you can use. I'm putting in this chat box. So you can go on this and you can find that, yes, so just a second. Where it is. So this is all what I can say is about this program. Now let's come to your questions. You can ask any open question also. I'm going to your chat also. So somebody has asked me, okay, PPT is not there, so maybe PPT you will get. What is the difference between HR journalist versus US IT recruiter? So very simple, HR journalist means all the 5 verticals which I talked, You are supposed to work in that. You can work in any of them as and when it is required. Whereas as a recruiter, you are simply recruiter. There is nothing specific about all other functions other than recruitment. You don't know the payroll, you don't know the compliance, you don't know about performance management, you don't know employee engagement. You don't work on the L&D, you don't work on the grievance handling, you don't work on the HRIS. Whereas a generalist, you are supposed to work in all these areas. So anyone, any other question? Please feel free.
Sir, if management says as a HR to control attrition, is there any mechanism to control attrition? Can we control attrition rates? Is it possible, sir?
Yes, we can. There are possibilities and there are many ways. Because if your employees are motivated, they are well compensated, and they are feeling they are working on the latest technology, there is no reason why they will leave. These are the only three major reasons why people leave the company. They feel they are obsolete, they are working on the old technology, they feel they are not well paid, they feel there is no future in this company. Fourth may be very rare case of poor grievance handling, that nobody is handling and there are a lot of grievances. Boss is abusing, work conditions are not good. So all these may be the other reasons, but yes, you need to work on this. And you can tell very clearly management about that, okay, we have to handle the grievances, we have to make sure that, yeah, we are paying very much competitive from the market. We are working on the latest technology, our people are getting proper trained on that at least. If these things are happening, people will not move. And that's how you can control. And that's what we discuss in the HRS strategies actually.
Right.
Any
Sir.
other query? Yeah. Yeah, Sandeep, you were saying something.
I'm just acknowledging, sir. Right, sir. But sir, what I feel in if they are getting well paid in another job, we don't, as a HR, what I have observed, sir, that if they get an offer from another organization and we are not able to give them at par salary at that time, we can give only assurance that at appraisal we will give them hike. So, but we are not able to retain them at that moment, sir. That I have observed, sir. That is my observation.
No, definitely. That is the problem of management. If management is not ready to pay, because as a management, they have their own limitations. They understand how much profit they are earning, how much value this job is really having. So this is very, very important. And yeah, if the work is, I can say, that kind of which can be easily replaced, then definitely as HR, you should also be very much practical on that. So every role is having replaceability index actually. And that actually matters. That how much replaceable this job is, this person is. That's very important.
Got it, sir. Got it.
Yeah. Any other question, anyone? So how was this discussion we had? Maybe you can raise your hand, you can say something about that. If there is no question, first let's start from this. Was it useful to you?
Useful, sir. Productive.
Thank you, Sandeep. Anyone else? Sayali, Shweta, Vicky?
Sir, what is the difference between this PGHR program?
Yes, Rajesh. Yeah, your voice is lurching. PGHR program and can anyone listen? No.
Payrolling.
Rajesh, I was not able to listen your question completely.
Sir, what is the difference between this PGHR program and CHRPS program? See, if I would like to start a career in HR payrolling as a fresher, so which one is giving me more beneficial and which is more where I get more knowledge and confidence
About
to
that-
my do my
Okay.
job? Yeah.
The other program, I'm not able to understand what you were talking. Other than this
CHRP
PGHR.
certified HR certified HR.
From Henry Arvin.
Yes, certified HR program for payrolling.
For payroll, okay.
Yes, yes.
Payroll is payroll, it's just one function. Okay. So you can definitely start for one function, but if you really want to take your career in HR domain, I will suggest you should go for this program, because while working and while having social life, getting married, having kids and all those, it's very difficult to find time for your education. So if you are making this, now that you are going for this, it's better to learn everything, because you cannot learn every time whenever you want actually. Work is really sucking a lot of time. So it's better to keep these seeds with you and use them whenever it is required in your career path. So it will be very useful to you if you can go for it for this 6 months.
See, I'm a married person. Currently, I'm working in a different domain. So, is it possible for me to do this course?
Yes. Which domain you are working?
Working now as a retail sales domain.
Are you really interested in HR?
Yes, sir.
If interested, then nothing can be better than this, because you are on the other side of the table.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you have to, you know what exactly HR is doing, but how it is doing,
Yes, sir.
that only you need to learn.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So if you are interested, nothing can be better than this. You must go for this course then.
Mhm.
Yeah. Any other question, anyone? Fine, I understand there is no more questions to anyone. Thanks a lot for your very active support during this conversation. And I hope it must be this time was valuable to you, and it must be very much useful, whatever we have discussed. Hope to see you in upcoming sessions.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye. To join this program, you can communicate with the person who has coordinated with you. Vicky, I understand that was your question. Thank you.
Sir, am I audible to sir?
Yeah, you are audible now.
Very good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
How can I join, sir, this institute?
Yeah, you can connect with the person who has invited you for this program. Or you can use, I can say, the links which I have shared in the chat box. You can reach to them.
But sir, I receive a SMS. Actually, I'm not aware of that person who has invited me.
No problem. So I'm just giving you this. Maybe you can use this on the chat box. I'm putting you, and you can use this.
I didn't receive, sir.
So I'm just putting on the chat box. Just a second. So these are the WhatsApp number, email, or you can also enroll yourself on this. I'm putting there.
So where is the head
Hello, sir.
office of Henry Harbin, sir?
It's a San Francisco based.
Okay. In nearby Delhi, sir?
Mostly we operate virtually, but I understand in every major city they must be having office. You can find more details on the website.
On website. Okay, I will check.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.